All right, you're watching the Sports Roundup Show with Mike Nelson and Cody Parks. This is our NBA segment. We're going to talk about, of course, the All Star break coming up. Uh, but let's get into what happened yesterday. We had the All Star draft with, of course, LeBron and Durant picking the two teams. This is what the third or fourth year they do it. What do you think? I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but I didn't really like the fact that Durant was doing it, even though he's not going to play in the game. So I thought that was kind of strange.
Yeah, when I first heard that he's going to stay in it and still do it, Mike, um, it was a little confusing for me too. I was texting, I was saying maybe because the last 2 years, it has been because of maybe Giannis was leading vote getter, so maybe they don't have Giannis 3 straight years, or maybe they just want to, since it's just an All Star draft, even though Kevin Durant's not playing, at least still have him pick the teams. But yeah, it was a little weird. As far as my thoughts, um, the slander, Mike. Charles Barkley said it last night. Two Utah Jazz players, Gobert and Gobert, excuse me. I got it. That's my Paris. That's my
And
French.
it's that French man.
Him and Donovan Mitchell both got selected last. They're the best teams out the NBA. I was shocked, especially Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, he can get you a bucket, Mike, whenever he needs it. I was shocked. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. Donovan Mitchell was the first one selected, wasn't he? So it was a little weird this year they waited till the end. That was obviously done intentionally by Durant and LeBron. They're just trying to throw shade at the Utah Jazz, who are the best team in the NBA right now. So that was just I thought that was a little like fun, but I mean we all know like Gobert and Mitchell should have went earlier, and
Mike.
Sabonis at least.
Yeah. So yep, that's true. It's definitely ahead of, yes. I'm with you on that one, definitely. And then uh, LeBron made the joke, which the joke is kind of true, Mike. I don't know if you saw the joke that they didn't get picked because they're going back to video games
Yeah,
uh, when you didn't pick the Utah Jazz on the video games, which is kind of true because I play video games a lot, and you don't think about picking a Jazz too much, which was kind of
yeah.
funny, kind of true. But no, yeah, I'm with you. Other thoughts? Damian Lillard and Devin Booker were Damian Lillard for LeBron and Devin Booker for Team Durant. Even though James Harden was picked above Devin Booker because Kevin Durant, of course, that's his teammate. I'm saying Devin Booker and Damian Lillard were the first two, other than James Harden because they were teammates. Kevin Durant, first two reserves picked, and that's a big telling because a lot of people think that they should have been All Star starters anyway. So I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting too. But yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, like both players were, of course, doing it like over Zoom. I think they did that before too, right? Like they were like in
Every year,
separate.
every year.
This every year they've been doing it like that, so that wasn't too different. But yeah, I think it's I don't know if they should keep this like permanently. I think it's cool like now, but I don't know. I don't know what you think. I think it gets a little old after a while. Like just picking teams, like I think it kind of like takes away the like the competitive feel out of it. Like it just kind of becomes more like a pickup game.
Mike, that's a good point. Over time, you wonder,
Yeah,
all right, it's gonna get stale. Of course, they switched this to the All Star because they thought that the old way was getting stale. So I'm with you because I don't know about you. I'm a big fan, or I was a big fan of just East versus West.
yeah,
I like East versus West, seeing which conference was better. Even though I was a Lakers fan, I still would like, of course, a lot of players because they're from the West, of course, but like a lot of players from the East. Always, some years I want the East to win. Only time I would go against Kobe or whatnot. But yeah, I like the East versus West. Kind of better than this, but that the way it goes right now with the how the game run compared to last year with the new rules with the Kobe rule about the 24 points at the end, I do like that.
so they're gonna do that again this year.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna keep the same
Yeah.
rules again. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know that. So they're gonna have the same. Yeah. That was kind of fun. I like that last year. The East versus West thing. I mean, I think like before there was so much competitiveness between the two conferences. That's why it was pretty fun to watch. And I think now it's just not there now. Like the stars are like you have like three stars on one team now. So it's like that's why I think they can't do it like that either.
Because that's what it was. And then it goes to the playoffs for the finals, Mike, East versus West. So that was the culture of it. So which conference is better? Which side have better teams, better players? Kobe versus LeBron. Like now, somebody from the East can be on the West. Devin Booker be on Kevin Durant and them team play Kyrie Irving instead of going against. So that's what you was looking forward to. But now it's like a little watered down. But again, these rules from last year, which they're doing again this year, did help out. I'm still looking forward to it to see how it's going to play out. Mike, as you probably know, the skills and 3-point contest is at the beginning. Slam dunk at halftime. I just heard today, Mike, Alex Caruso, the bald eagle turned down. You can't turn down the slam dunk contest, Caruso.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Yeah, but it's gonna be a good day in the NBA. So I'm looking forward to watching the game and the slam dunk contest. That's
My
pretty much what I usually watch.
favorite
Dunk
All-Star memory,
contest and the game. What is it?
favorite All-Star memory?
Well, actually, the favorite All Star memory. I actually was watching the other day. I don't know if you've seen it. The Isaiah, not the Isaiah, the Allen Iverson documentary on Showtime. Have you seen that one?
Yep.
So I was actually seeing the documentary, and they mentioned there was a little segment about the All Star game when he had the big comeback to win. So that was actually, I think I remember watching that. I thought, yeah, that was pretty cool watching it as a kid. So
Um,
that's gonna be, I'm gonna pick that one.
Mike, I think 2000, 2001, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
around
2000. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I remember that game. Jason Kidd, if I'm correct, was yeah, that was a big comeback. See, that's the battle, Mike. That was a
yeah,
great for TV, just battle, just
yeah.
East trying to come back from out of West. Um, so yeah, I remember that game. Funny, I would probably Laker one of the Laker All Star games. Laker All Star games. I mean, my bad, Clippers fans. I'm just saying LA is just Lakers. My bad. One of the Los Angeles All-Star games. I didn't want to say just Lakers. One of the Los Angeles All-Star games. Or Mike, remember 2010 in Dallas? That was a big All-Star game. 2000 when they was at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That was a big
Oh
game.
yeah, I don't remember that one.
2010.
They played it at the AT&T. All,
AT&T.
wow.
Kevin Durant's first All-Star game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll have to look back on that one. Yeah, I mean, I think the last 5-10 years, the All Star games really have lost just a lot of meaning, in my opinion. Because it's like everybody's just like one community now, so it's like it's really hard to. There's not a lot of like back and forth, like before. So I think that's why it's just not the same. But moving on to everything else, let's go to the rest of the league. Looking at the records, let's start with the Western Conference. You still got the Jazz number one, Phoenix second, the Lakers are third, and the Clippers have fallen to fourth. They've lost three in a row. So what do you think of the West? Do you think it's going to stay the same like this, or do you see somebody catching the Utah Jazz?
Mike, them Phoenix Suns, when they play the Lakers on Tuesday, I seen another one of their games early inside the year, but Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker got ejected in the third quarter, if I'm correct, right? Or second,
Yeah, it's third
third,
quarter. It was
yeah.
third quarter.
So they still have to play without him for 2 quarters, and they played spectacular. Even though we didn't have Lakers didn't have Marc Gasol, of course Anthony Davis, Kuzma, Caruso, but I know I think Caruso played. He didn't play the next game for.
No, he didn't play the next day. Yeah.
But they played spectacular without one of their best players. Um, I'm thinking I'm liking the Suns, Mike. Let me ask you this, because they was talking about it during the broadcast of that night. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win it or he should. Do you think Chris Paul should be upside the running for MVP at least?
No, I don't think so. No, I wouldn't put him up there. No, because I think this year statistically he hasn't even had one of his best years, Chris Paul.
He changed the
Um,
team around though, Mike. He changed the
what's
team.
up? What is it?
He changed the team around though.
Yeah, he did change the team around, but I mean, I do think statistically, he's not like last year. He had a great season with Oklahoma. I don't know if he even was like leading the NBA in scoring for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. So no, I would not give him the MVP. I still think the MVP this year has to be LeBron or Donovan Mitchell. I think those are the two that have to get it.
Mike, and I'm with you on the Donovan Mitchell train. Of course, I'm just saying Chris Paul should just get consideration, but I'm with you on the Donovan Mitchell train because he's been doing more than just scoring. Usually, he's used to just scoring. He's been doing more than just scoring, rebounding, assists. When Mike Conley goes to the bench, he's pretty much their point guard because they don't have too much of a good backup point guard at the moment. So yeah, I'm with you on that. And then just look like at rest of everything else. The Mavericks have been winning of late. They've been getting healthy. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. If CJ McCollum, Mike, if CJ McCollum comes back, look out for the Trailblazers.
Nuggets have won 4 in a row too.
Mike, let me ask you this: do you think the Lakers will drop maybe to the out of home court advantage for the first round? Because right now the Blazers are only a game and a half behind them.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the last 2 weeks, I do think they might, before if Davis does take longer to come back, I do think they're going to fall maybe to fifth, sixth, because it has been kind of a struggle for them, and that this is going to be it's not going to get any better, right? I mean, they do have some easy games to start off, but even those games, they've been having trouble winning those easy ones, these so-called easy wins. They've had trouble winning those as well.
Yeah. I'm liking the West. It's going to be a battle. You got the Warriors at 9th right now. We know what they can do. Grizzlies been playing a little. The Pelicans may start winning. And then you got these Thunder, Kings, Rockets. Mike, I'm shocked with the Rockets. You was talking about this the other day. I'm shocked. And then you got the Timberwolves. So yeah, the West this year, different. I'll just say different than what I was coming expecting too. Nobody was expecting the Jazz to do this and whatnot.
Yeah, nobody is. And then in the East, pretty much only one team for me. I think Brooklyn is taking over the whole East. Durant is not even out there, and they're the best team. So it's Brooklyn and everybody else. I think they're clear favorites now. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but I mean, I think they're still favorites.
Mike, this team is like, I'll be shocked if they don't make it to the finals. Like, this team is playing great. Of course, everyone, Mike is not a Warriors fan, but Mike is still a realist. This maybe kind of reminds you of those Warriors when they was dominating days, right, Mike? When they were.
Yeah, no, I think these guys are gonna be better.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like around that.
Yeah,
about just
yeah, it's gonna be like that, but this team's gonna be better. I mean, they might go undefeated in the playoffs.
Mike, that's a good point. I was thinking that because when you have all three, Mike, it's hard to because teams try to scout for you, watch film, but when you have all three, it is hard with Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James. Looking at the rest of everybody else, Mike, shout out to the Knicks. They was talking about this last night. I've always been saying this years after years. The league is better with the Knicks being good. Shout out Julius Randle, former Laker. They've been playing good. Tom Thibodeau, the head coach. And then I want to speak about LaMelo Ball, Mike. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. If there were fans right now in these stadiums, LaMelo Ball would be a superstar, having commercials and everything.
Yeah, he would be definitely a big star, but unfortunately, of course, right now with everything that's going on, it just hasn't been like that. But I want to thank everybody for watching today's show. It's been a good week. What's gonna be an All-Star break, right? So we have the All-Star game. So next week we'll talk about the All-Star game and everything going into the second half. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe to our page.